guys, I'm back with a new video. So in this video I'm gonna show you how to make like an emotional Yeat type beat. So it's still gonna be hard and like synthy, but it's gonna be a little more emotional, you know what I mean? You know, it's gonna be a sad geeker type beat. So the first thing I did was create this little pluck pattern, and it sort of sounds like the coming down lead from Alivë. But yeah, I pretty much just have this really like catchy pattern, really repetitive. And as you can see, I also added like a lot of reverb to it, and that just made it sound like a lot more fuller and stuff, because without it, it would just sound so like dry and bland. But yeah, here you go. And then I added this little simple bass, literally super simple. It just goes C, then A, and repeats throughout the whole song. Then I added this little key thing that just like throbs throughout like some parts of the beat. You know, I thought I'd add like some energy along with some ambience, which is like what you want when you're making like emotional Yeat type beats. And then I created this little lead right here, and as you can see, it's pretty much just playing this D and then going up a scale. But I also went to gross beat and added the basic 10 preset, and that just made it like sound like a lot doper, you know. I don't really have effectrix, but if I had effectrix, I would probably use that instead of gross beat. But yeah, it just made it sound like a lot cooler and stuff. So yeah, it sounds like super emotional, especially like with that little tape stop. And then for my final melody, I basically just took that and pitched it up an octave. So yeah, that's pretty much all of the melody. So let's get into the drums. So for my hi-hats, I follow like the triplet pattern that Tragic always does and Yeat always does. But as you can see, I also added like some 2-steps in there, and I also removed the hi-hat at the end of every 2 bars, so it just sounds super hard when it loops back. And this is my clap. And then I also added this little open hat. And then I also added the snare that plays like in the off beats between the claps. And yeah, that's pretty much all the percussion, so let's get into the 808. So for my 808s, I pretty much just followed the bass notes of the melody. So if you can remember, the bass notes went from C sharp then to A, but I pretty much just took this A and control arrow keyed it up to the next octave. So really it's just playing the same notes, except it's just higher. And you know, I kept it really simple, just kept it running throughout the whole like first 2 bars. And then the second like half, I was low-key inspired by pushing P, so you might be able to hear like the 808 pattern in there. But yeah, here you go. So yeah, as you can see, I have the velocities turned up all the way, and I also turned it into a box shape where all I did was decrease everything except turn the hold all the way up, and then I turned on cut self. For the rest of my mixing, I have a soft clipper on the master. This is the EQ that I added for that first melody, and obviously it has this reverb on it. And then for every melody except for the main lead, I have this EQ on it. And then this is the EQ that plays for the leads, and that's the one with the gross beat on it as well. And as you can see, I took down the pluck with the reverb on it because it was just taking like a lot of space in the mix. And then I also messed with the velocities in the channel rack as well. And yeah, then I just went ahead and arranged it, you know, started out with the hook, then the verse, then the hook again, and then the verse again, and then the hook again, and then a little outro. But yeah, that's pretty much the whole beat. So hopefully you guys enjoyed, hopefully you guys learned something. If you did, please make sure to leave a like and sub, it really helps me out. And I also drop videos like this every single day. So yeah, hope you guys enjoy the full beat.